Also, the DAP Kenya accusing UDA of bribery as well.
Tuko na ushahidi na hiyo mkutano na video zimechukuliwa na tayari nimetuma kwa IBC Malava. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka kuambia wakaaji wa Malava kwamba kama watakuja na hizo pesa vile tumekuwa tukiwaambia tu, nyinyi chukueni pesa. Kitu ambacho hamstahili kufanya ni kumpa mtu kitambulisho yako.
Wamesense defeat, that is why they are in a panic mode. Nimesema akishinda sina shida, nitamsalamia na watu wa Malava, maisha yao iko important kuliko as an individual. Na mimi nikimshinda akubali.
Yeah, so that is very key. Even as we're talking about these institutions, from your own assessment, do you think NCIC is reactionary rather than, of course, being proactive? Because I think by now, as we've been heading towards the general election, not the general, but the by-election, it should have been more active in trying to sensitize, you know, especially those people in those areas that are affected with these by-elections regarding hate speech. Some of the violence that we saw before. Yesterday, I think the day before, we had also Rigathi Gachagua being pelted with stones as well. The violence that is there on the ground. The vitriol that is being spewed. Yes. Do you think they are actually rising up to their mandate as NCIC?
Thank you, Dibal. If you ask me, my honest opinion as a Kenyan and not a lawyer, I do not know exactly the gap that NCIC was coming to fill. Of all the other independent commissions, I do not honestly see what we would lack if NCIC was not created. I don't know. Because we need to assess it from a common perspective, a common view of a Kenyan. If NCIC was not formed in the 2010 Constitution, what it is that would have gone wrong that they have avoided, that they have helped us avoid as a country from 2010, I don't see. I can't put my finger on this and say this was going to be catastrophic if we didn't have NCIC in 2010 until now. This would have eaten Kenya raw. I don't see that. I have no idea. Maybe they are the ones who can tell this is what we have helped Kenya to avoid. If we were not created as a constitutional commission, this would have eaten Kenya raw. I have no idea.
The publication of The Face of Kenya? You know,
and then how does that change anything? For example, in this regime, we got into a very murky election in 2022. We ended up with everything the way we ended up with. But at some point, you, myself, Wakili, and Mheshimiwa here know at some point things were raised like hiring that happened at Revenue Authority, the Kenya Revenue Authority, where two communities have more than 70% or even 80%. And then it is only said, like now we have a show here, we talk about it and then it ends there. I don't see where any of those people were recalled. So as a Kenyan, not as a lawyer, just as a normal Kenyan, as a farmer, I am asking myself, so how is NCIC even helping anything to reverse anything bad that was supposed to happen or that has happened? The ones that has happened continue to happen. The ones that have not happened, we still face them, and when their time comes, we see them happening. But NCIC is still there. They are still called Independent Commission. I mean, for me, it doesn't really work.
So we've not cohered as a country? You agree with what Mr. Odede is saying here, Mheshimiwa?
Okay, maybe just before that,